"Greetings, fellow sapients," Zur announced with enthusiasm. "I am the observer assigned to your unit." The reply was a mix of grunts, lazy nods, and general disinterest. Unshaken, Zur kept its cheerful tone. "I'm honored to be part of this mission and eager to watch you humans in action." Intrigued, one of the soldiers asked why. Zur noticed the insignia, single silver bars on each shoulder, marking the human as a junior officer. Zur had carefully studied human military symbols and knew this to be a low-ranking officer. "I've read countless treatises and dissertations on human warfare," Zur said, "and I find your approach fascinating." "Fascinating?" the lieutenant echoed. "Nearly every species has practiced war. Isn't it all the same?" "Oh no," Zur replied quickly. "Humans do something I've never seen elsewhere." The lieutenant arched an eyebrow, a gesture Zur had learned meant curiosity, so it continued. "Despite the primitiveness of your weapons, humans consider some too terrible to use. You've even banned them through international and interstellar treaties." "Ah," the lieutenant said. "Yes, we outlaw weapons that are especially horrific." "We haven't had to." She stopped as another soldier approached, handing her a slip. "Sergeant, what is it?" "Flash traffic, sir." "Looks like we've got work," the sergeant said with steady confidence. Even the way he stood radiated it. Zur tried to read his insignia but failed before the lieutenant barked orders to ready the men. Questions would have to wait. The unit bustled into motion, preparing for deployment. Once loaded into the transport and airborne, Zur still couldn't ask more. Instead, it recorded notes as the confident sergeant began his briefing. "Listen up," he barked at near-shouting volume. "A British rifle company is pinned down in a blockhouse. 2 weeks holding out. Enemy strength, about battalion size. The Brits finally asked for help." As he spoke, Zur got a clear view of his insignia. 3 chevrons above 2 curved rockers, with crossed rifles in the middle. Zur didn't recall the exact meaning, only that it was a senior non-commissioned officer rank. It noted the pattern while marveling at the calm confidence the man carried, despite the urgent situation. "We'll land behind the enemy and strike as the hammer while the Brits hold the anvil," the sergeant continued. "Expect close, fast fighting. He pointed at Zur, startling it. "You stay close but behind us. We won't have time to protect you." Zur wanted to argue but was ignored, so it studied their gear instead. Each soldier carried a rifle, magnetically propelled slug throwers, primitive compared to galactic weapons, yet effective. Many also had smaller weapons, alternately called sidearms, handguns or pistols. Others carried an additional long weapon, different from their rifles. Zur was about to ask when the transport landed. The troops disembarked, forming ranks with quick precision. The battle began like others Zur had studied, though it soon witnessed firsthand the truth of human resilience. They shrugged off wounds, pushed forward, and fought with relentless endurance. Zur struggled to keep pace, thankful it couldn't get ahead. In close quarters, many switched to alternate long guns or sidearms. Zur realized smaller weapons were easier to maneuver in tight spaces. Though human magnetic weapons weren't silent, their hum was soon drowned out by new sounds. Sharp booms followed by metallic clacks. Smoke and ozone filled the air. Flames spat from these weapons' muzzles, vanishing instantly. Wait, Zur thought. Are these the chemically powered firearms I read about? Its curiosity was cut short by another thunderous boom. The enemy retreated under fire from 2 sides. Humans pressed with shotguns and pistols until the enemy closed range, then switched back to rifles in unison. Zur examined fallen foes. Close-range hits from the booming weapons left massive wounds. At mid-range, multiple smaller holes riddled bodies, each still fatal. The exits were so grisly Zur could only write "horrific" in its notes. It rejoined the unit as the fight ended. The remaining enemy surrendered, and allied humans regrouped. "Good thing you showed up," one Brit said. "We were running low on ammo. Might have had to send the Gurkha with his knife." He nodded toward a small man with a curved blade at his belt. The American sergeant chuckled. "That would have been unfair. Zur, however, saw no humor in sending one man with a knife against an army. You misunderstand, the Brit woman said, smirking. It would have been unfair to them. She turned to the sergeant. Who's this joker? Military observer, he replied. Supposed to be some warfare expert. Some expert, the Brit scoffed. I am here to learn, Zur defended. There are lessons only found in the middle of conflict. Like what? Both asked. These weapons, Zur said, pointing at the shotgun. I've studied how humans ban weapons for being too cruel. I've seen the wounds from this one. Why is it not banned? Funny, the sergeant said. The Germans once asked the same. Guess you Yanks had better lawyers, the Brit added with a laugh. Drinks. Clearly the humans thought the matter settled. Zur disagreed but followed as their banter shifted to beer. The Brit teased, at least we refrigerate ours. Zur made a note. Humans truly would consume anything. The rest of its assignment, Zur obsessed over the shotgun. Humans called it that, but never gave more than the same answer. Americans had better lawyers. Zur considered drafting a petition to ban it from interstellar warfare.